Welcome, welcome. So just to, a lot of you haven't done yoga with me before. So I just want to remind everybody, because we are online, it's a little bit different. So always, 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 always just listen to your bodies. And if something doesn't feel right, don't do it or change it so it fits your body. Um, Restorative, you really, like I said, the more props you can have with you, the easier it's going to be for you to get yourself into those positions. It's a really beautiful space tonight for us to drop in. Um, I do like to do a little bit of stretching here and there, especially at the beginning, just to kind of really loosen us up. And it's just gentle stuff. That's why we have the strap for our shoulders, because I'm feeling there's a lot of tension in the chest and the shoulders and the neck right now. So we're going to kind of move that first. I do incorporate some mudra and breathing at the beginning. Um, the breathing is really important. The pranayama is really important. It helped me a lot, especially as someone like in my earlier days. I've been doing breath work since I was like 18, specifically pranayama to help with anxiety or depression or panic attacks and anxiety attacks. So it is a really important part of the practice, especially when it comes to helping us drop into that parasympathetic state. So we are going to start with like a really gentle breathing pattern to let us remember that we can take our time breathing. We don't have to rush the next breath. We're not in panic, right? Um, so just to remind everybody of what's going to be really supportive for you tonight in class is I said to have 2 blankets, anywhere from 2 to 4 pillows. So depending on, like I said, the firmness of the pillows, or if you have a bolster, the benefit of the bolster is that they are nice and firm, so they give you a little bit more of an added support. But if you don't have bolsters, you can use pillows, no problem. And especially for tonight, pillows are going to be perfect. So I say to have the 2 blankets because we're going to use one underneath of us, and the other one's nice to have as a prop that you can use, and we're also going to use it as a weight on the body. Because when we have that weight on the body, it just again helps us kind of relax and sink in and add a different component when it comes to our inner workings. And then something to use as a strap. And just to give you an example of what we're going to use the strap for, we're going to use it around our legs. So as long as it's long enough, you can have your leg out straight and your arms connected to the strap. And as long as it's long enough that you can have your hands kind of moving in this fashion, then it's perfect. So aside from that, we are going to start. So again, always, always please just listen to your body. And the nice thing about restorative is you can keep adding props. The props are the blankets and pillows and straps and all that kind of jam. You can keep adding stuff or you can take something away. So it's really important for you to just listen. So restorative yoga should feel very comfortable in the body. It shouldn't feel like you're straining yourself to hold the position. The point is that you should be able to relax more and more the longer you're in the position. With that being said, sometimes it does start releasing muscles, and so there is a healthy level of relaxation involved as well. Okay, so we are going to start. We're going to sit on a blanket. So you want to have your blanket kind of folded into a square or a rectangle. As long, it can be like an inch, it can be 2 inches, it can be 3 inches, just a little bit of height. And you're going to bring it just to where you're sitting. And you want to have your bum on the blanket, but your ankles on the ground. And it just allows you to have a little bit of elongation in that lower back. It helps your pelvis kind of stay nice and straight. It's nice when we sit flat, our pelvis, if we have that tilt, can stick out. So this helps us just keep that lower back nice and straight. And it also takes some of the pressure off of the hips when we sit on a little bit of an elevation. Okay. So let's just bring our hands together. This is Anjali Mudra, or prayer position, when your hands are together in front of your heart. And we're just going to welcome each other into class. So let's just take an inhale together, breathing in and out through the nose. Just breathing in, into the nose, and out through the nose. Just welcoming each other with the breath, welcoming that connection beyond time and space, that we can still be together in community in this time, and giving yourself that space to let the body relax given the last 2 years of our lives on earth. So let's just inhale again together, inhaling into the nose and exhaling. Letting everything else just melt away. All you have to do right now is be here with yourself, be here with the floor, be here with your breath, with your body. Just take a few more breaths to yourself. On every exhale, if there's something lingering in your mind, just let it flow out with the breath. Thank you for being here, but I don't need to focus on you right now. Just one more breath here. Excuse me. And mudra is essentially means like a seal, and our body can make seals, and our most familiar with is our hands coming into specific positions, making a mudra. So the first one we're going to do, the only one we're going to do right now is the Adi mudra. Adi means first, so the first mudra. And you're going to take your thumb and you're going to bring it to the base of your pinky, and you're just going to gently wrap your fingers around your thumbs. And then you can let your hands just rest comfortably on your thighs at any point that's comfortable for your hands to rest. And what this mudra does, it encourages blood flow and oxygen to flow back up to the brain. So it's going to help encourage just some regeneration and health up into the mind. And we're going to flow with a specific breathing pattern. When our exhales are longer than our inhales, something happens within us that says, oh, I have time. I have time to breathe. I don't have to rush into my next breath. And your body actually starts to relax more and more as this goes on. So that's going to be inhaling for 4. I'll count out loud for the first bit, and we're going to exhale for a count of 6. So it's just 2 seconds longer for the exhale. And then eventually we'll do an inhale for 6 and an exhale for 8, but I will guide us through that as well. So let's just take just a breath in and out just to center again here. And we'll begin inhaling, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 4. Exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let the breath flow down to the belly. Inhale. Exhale. And let the belly relax as you exhale. Inhale for a count of 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale for 6. Hold the breath in. Relax the shoulders, the neck, and the jaw. Try to relax the belly as you hold the breath in. And gently open the mouth slightly and exhale through the mouth slowly. Pushing all the way out. Inhale. And exhale. Just let your breath find its regulation, find its own pattern here. And just notice any subtle changes, even in their hands. And slowly just come back. You can bring your hands together and rub them together if that feels right. Circle the wrists, just give the hands a little bit of stretch here. Just bring our hands onto the knees and just moving through like a little seated cat-cow or spinal flex if you're familiar with the Kundalini. So you're going to inhale, you're going to bring your chest forward, let that tailbone scoop up, bring the shoulder blades together, head looks up. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, round through the spine with the shoulders rolled forward and tuck the chin in. And moving with your breath, just inhaling to open the body forward, lift the tailbone back, and exhale to round the spine forward and tuck the chin. Just about a minute here. Try to breathe all the way down, just below the belly button. Let the breath just imagine a line just flowing down the center of your body. A few inches below your belly button. Just a few more rounds. And inhale yourself just back into the center, into that neutral space. When I say neutral, it's just that center line, that kind of natural line of the body. And we're going to take whatever we're using as our strap tonight and bring that forward with us. And just have your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders. And if you don't have a strap, you can always roll a blanket or a towel. Even using a sweater, the arms of a sweater will work. We're just going to start opening up the shoulders a little bit. So inhale, just lifting it up overhead. And you may notice that you need to slide your hands closer together or farther apart. Inhale and exhale, just bring them back a little. Inhale back to that center line above the head. Exhale, just reach them back a little bit. Pull the shoulder blades together, tuck the tailbone slightly to keep that lower back nice and long. Inhale, center. Exhale, just back slightly. And if you would like, you can keep staying in this pattern, just pulling it back a little bit, or you can take it back all the way. Exhaling, bringing the arms farther behind you, farther down. Again, only going where your body says to or stopping at the top. And inhale back up. And exhale to lower. And just moving with your breath. And if you take your arms wider, it's going to be less intense on that shoulder as well. Just a few more rounds here. Again, keep that breath coming down. Try to just imagine it flowing down freely into the belly. Don't suck in. Just let the tummy relax. Let the diaphragm expand. One more time, wherever you are. One, exhale back. And inhale back up to center. And exhale, just reach over to the left, just moving your shoulder blade, your shoulders, not a body stretch, just your arms. Just breathing here for a moment. About 3 more breaths. Relax that shoulder down, the right shoulder down. And inhale, bring yourself back up to center. Exhale, drop the right hand down and let the left hand come to the center of the body. And breathing here, try to keep that right side of the body nice and long too, relaxing the left shoulder, relax the neck, relax the jaw. One more breath here. Now we're going to inhale up to center. And now we're going to stretch out that side body. Reach over to the left. Try to keep the length in the left side. Don't just crunch in. Try to keep long and reaching like you're reaching out towards the wall. And come back to center on an inhale. And exhale, reach to the opposite side. We're going to move into a little bit of fluidity with the breath. So we're going to inhale to center. Exhale, reach to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, reach to the right. Just 2 more times on each side. Inhale, center. Try to keep the neck nice and relaxed. Exhale as you reach. Inhaling into center and exhaling, reaching. Just 1 more time on each side. Reach up out of the body when you come to center. Keep the spine nice and long. After that final exhale, inhale to center. Bring your hands a little bit closer together and just reach up. Slight back. And inhale, center, and just exhale, relax down. And take a breath. We're going to come into our first restorative posture, asana. Really nice and simple, really nice and gentle. We're going to keep the blanket under our hips. And what this does is it gives us a slight elevation. So you're getting all the benefits of an inversion, which are quite many. And it really helps us relax without having to have an extreme position like a headstand or a handstand or shoulder stand or anything like that. Having that underneath the hips is just enough elevation that it's going to give us the benefit. Now, if you are on your menstrual cycle, if you're bleeding, don't have it underneath your hips for this next asana, just lie flat, okay? So you're going to sit your bum just towards the end of the blanket, so your feet are on the floor flat. Your bum is close to the edge of the blanket, and again, if you're on your period, you don't need the blanket because you don't want to have your hips higher than your heart when you're bleeding, depending if you practice inversions regularly, but I don't know a lot of you for yoga, so we're gonna go with no. And you're just going to lower yourself down slightly, all the way onto your back. You might notice, because everyone's lower back is different, some people have a bigger arch, some people have more of an arch. So some of you might find you actually want to fold the blanket up a little bit, or fold it so it's a little bit thicker, or unfold it so there's less height. So this is where you have to really listen to your body, and you might have to experiment a little bit. But we're going to lie down on our backs. My stopwatch. Bring your hands to your tummy. Let them sit on your belly. Take your feet. We're going to start with them just wider than your hips. If you're on a yoga mat, you can bring the outside edges of your feet to the outside edges of the mat. And let your knees just knock in together. So your feet are wide and your knees are touching. Now some of you might be like, oh, that's too much on my outsides of my thighs. So just wiggle your feet in together and let your knees knock in. And let's take a breath together. We're going to breathe into the nose. Out through the mouth. Into the nose. Out through the mouth. Three more breaths like this. Breathe into your hands. Let the belly fill. Feel the back of the lower back even fill up with breath. Out through the mouth. Two more breaths, just like that, with your own timing. And after that final exhale, allowing yourself to breathe in and out through the nose, letting your body find its rhythm of breath. We're going to rest here for 3 minutes. Maybe you can find some places that you can offer yourself a little bit more tenderness or care. Maybe there's a little frustration that you can understand. You can even welcome the breath to rise up from the earth into the back of the heart. And as you exhale, feel the energy of the heart just flow down the tummy and up the throat. Inhale, receiving into the back of the heart center, receiving the energy from Mother Earth. And exhale, just let that energy spread through the body. Inhale to keep receiving the energy into the back of the heart center. And exhaling, letting it flow through the body. Let's continue that connection. The element of earth is our body. It's our bones, it's our flesh, it's this physical world. And earth is that physical element of that presence in the moment, the depth in the breath. See if you can inhale, filling up the belly first, and inhale, expanding out the rib cage and up into the throat. Exhale, relax the tummy, and then the diaphragm, the rib cage, the chest, the throat. Inhale to fill the belly, the lower belly, the top of the belly. Expand the diaphragm in all directions, all the way up to the throat. And exhale. Just taking a few more breaths to yourself here. A few final moments. And inhale, just open the knees from each other. Bring those feet a little bit closer together. Bring the left knee and the right knee into the chest and either grab underneath the thighs or on top of the shins. Pull their legs into the chest. Just give yourself a little hug here. You can rock a little from side to side. This helps massage the kidneys, which do hold fear. So we can surrender a little bit of apprehension, a little bit of hesitancy towards taking that next step in your life. Let's come to center and bring the hands just underneath the knees. And we're just going to do some little circles. Inhale, bring the knees over to the left. Away from the body slightly, circling around to the right as you exhale. Inhale, bring them in, draw them across the body. Towards the left, exhale, circle them away. Just taking a few circles with your breath. And moving in the opposite direction when you're ready after that next rotation. Just going to the opposite way first, inhaling away from the body and exhaling as you bring them in. Few more rotations here. And bring your feet back to the center. You can grab your strap and just wrap it around your feet, the tops of your feet, the balls of your feet, just under the toes. And just lift your legs just straight up in the air. Try to keep the tailbone on the ground. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed onto the ground. You can even let your hands, if your strap's long enough, your hands can slide all the way down so your biceps and elbows are resting on the ground. And just a few breaths here. One final breath. If you want to pull the legs up a little higher, you're invited to. If not, it's perfect where you are. Exhale, bend the knees. You can take the strap and just move it off to the side. And slowly we'll meet sitting up and setting up for our next position. Always moving with ease, with peace. There's no rush from one space to the next here. This is all about understanding that you can have as much time to move from one phase to the next. So if you have a bolster, you're just going to take the bolster and put it under your knees, kind of close to your bum. So you're going to be in this supported position. And if you have your bolster, you want it higher, you can turn it on its side. Okay. If you have pillows, same thing. You're going to put your pillows just under your knees. This is why I recommend having a few so you can stack them up nice and high. Or you can take a blanket and you can roll it up. And you can use that for underneath your knees. The blanket might not be high enough, so sometimes having another blanket is beneficial. So if you don't want it, you can always take the one you're sitting on and roll it together. Okay. Because the end position, I'll show you here so you can decide how you want to support. We're going to come into a supported forward fold. The benefit of a forward fold is it opens up the lower back and it actually sends these beautiful signals to your brain that it's time to relax as you're stretching out that place that we hold so much tension. So you can always put a pillow underneath, and then you can put a blanket underneath so you have more of a bend so you can relax forward easier. Okay? So get yourself set up in whatever position, whatever supports you're going to be using. Same thing if you have pillows. You might even fold them in half so they stack higher. Right? Also great. And if you have another blanket or pillow support and you want to put it under between your thighs and your belly, so you just have a little bit more support for your back. Again, it's a little bit more of a letting yourself experiment to see what's going to feel the best and support you the best. You can bring your arms and you can cross your forearms and your head can rest on that. You can tuck them in, cross them in front of your chest and let that be a pillow for you. Or you can let your hands hang forward. Okay? We're going to stay here for 5 minutes, and believe it or not, it might get comfy, and for some of you, it might feel a little strenuous. So just listen. If it becomes too much, just let yourself sit up and lie back. Okay? I'm going to put music on and just let you all have some time because you don't need to hear my voice talking at you the whole time. yourself to take a few more breaths in this position, a few final moments to yourself to feel the difference in how you came into the position, the posture, to how you are now. Always remembering there's never a rush from one position to the next. That movement and peace can coexist together. Slowly on an inhale, you can lift, begin to straighten the spine, even drag the hands up the legs. Self-soothing touch. Maybe an exhale out the mouth. And if you're sitting on a blanket still, just lift your bum up, remove the blanket, and we're gonna fold it in half so it's a rectangle running lengthwise along your mat. You're gonna keep whatever support you have under your knees there. Just letting everybody slowly come back, making sure we're all here before we transition. So when we do this next position, the blanket, your spine, the center of your spine is going to want to line up with the center of the blanket. It's probably a few inches away from your bum because when you lie down, we are going to want to have our head supported on the blanket as well. So you can use your hands and slowly walk yourself down. I'm not centered out here. So the center of your back, your bum's going to be on the ground still. You might have your lower spine should still be supported by the blanket, and your head is supported as well. So your hands are just resting beside you. And I would say if you would like to add another level, just plop a blanket or a pillow on top of your belly, just for a little bit extra weight. And coming into this really nice, supported, gentle fish posture. Relax the shoulders down. Maybe you want to lift the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, roll them down the spine, pull the shoulder blades together slightly, and then let them relax. Let your palms face up to the sky. And start to feel the front of the chest just open. Let go of all of the weight. Let go of all of the stress. Let go of everything. And just witness the surrender in the moment to the breath. We're going to stay here for 5 minutes as well. 6 minutes. Keep the belly filling. Keep it relaxing on the exhales. Keep the breath nice and long.
Blissful am I, beautiful am I, bountiful am I, blissful am I, beautiful am I, bountiful am I, blissful am I, beautiful am I, bountiful am I, blissful am I, beautiful am I, bountiful am I, blissful am I, beautiful am I, bountiful am I, blissful am I, beautiful am I, bountiful am I, blissful am I, beautiful am
One more minute here. Soften, surrender, listen.
beautiful am bountiful am blissful am beautiful am bountiful am blissful am beautiful am
As you lie here for just the last about 30 seconds, just invite a small smile onto your face and listen.
beautiful bountiful am blissful am beautiful am
And take just another inhale and exhale to yourself, just allowing your body to prepare for movement. Just one more posture before Shavasana, our final relaxation. Maybe you want to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe you want to turn your head to the right and then the left. And slowly, always moving with that awareness of peace and movement coexisting. Change and peace moving together. And lift off the blanket or the pillow from your tummy. Slowly peel yourself up. Ugh. Just slowly coming up. Just giving everybody a little grace and a little peace. Groups always move in separate times. No, not everybody moves together at the same pace. And slowly, when you're ready, we're just going to come to lie on our belly. We're going to bring that rolled up blanket that we had under our back just in front of us. You might find you want to add a pillow on top as well. We're going to come into this really nice supported cobra, supported sphinx. Lie on your belly. Bring your arms forward so your hands are on the forearms. And just rest the right cheek down. Let the legs be wide. Relax the legs, relax the bum. We're going to stay here for 3 minutes. So halfway through, I'll give you a little reminder to switch to the opposite ear. And just breathe that nice belly into the ground. Let it get nice and full and plump. And just breathe. Surrender for 3 minutes.
Sustainer of all, enlightener of all, destroyer of all.
Just lift the head and bring the opposite ear to the pillow.
Has no beginning, has no end, has no fear, has no form. Beyond death, always unborn. Beyond reach, always unseen. Has no image, just pure being. In the light of my soul, I am happy and whole. In the light of my soul, in the light of my soul, I am happy and whole. In the light of my soul.
Taking a few final breaths to yourself here. Just a few more moments. Just gently allowing yourself to wiggle your toes. You're not moving very much. We just need to lift up our chest slightly, move that pillow out of the way, roll around with the blanket, lie on our back, spread the blanket out over our body, tuck ourselves in. So however you need to get there, you let yourself get there. Just tuck yourself in with that blanket, lie on your back. Maybe you want to bring another blanket or pillow onto the torso. Maybe your body's really enjoying that little bit of extra weight for grounding or feeling the body. Let your hands open beside you, feet just resting open. Legs are a little bit farther apart, not quite together. Let's inhale and lift the shoulders up and just roll them down the spine. And allow yourself to integrate the practice. Allow yourself to integrate what flowed through you. And just be here again. Make sure that jaw is nice and relaxed, the neck's nice and relaxed. Unclench the teeth.
Creator of all, sustainer of all, enlightener of all, destroyer of all, beyond time, beyond space, has no beginning, has no end, has no fear, has no form, beyond death, always unborn, beyond reach, always unseen, has no image, just pure being. In the light of my soul, I am happy and whole. In the light of my soul, in the light of my soul, I am happy and whole. In the light of my soul, Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru,
Taking breaths in and out with awareness to bring your spaciousness with you. To notice how deeper the breath is. And just slowly, maybe just bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Bring the hands to the knee and just hug that right knee in. And let the right foot come back down to the mat. Bring the left knee into the chest, wrap the fingers around the knee, and pull the left knee gently in towards the chest. And bring the left foot back down, sole of foot to the ground. Inhale, let the head roll, and just look to the left. exhale, let the head roll over and look to the right. Inhale, bring the arms overhead, stretch the feet out, give yourself that full body stretch. And give yourself some space to take any movements, to allow yourself to awaken, to come back nice and relaxed. I'm just going to read this short passage as everyone slowly makes their way back. The river, surging course, uninterrupted current, headwater, channel, mouth, can they be divided? Each day we all face a peculiar problem. We must validate our past, face our present, plan for the future. Those who believe that life was better in the old days sometimes are blind to the reality of the present. Those who live only for the present frequently have little regard for either precedent or consequence. And those who live only for some deferred reward often strain themselves with too much denial. Thinking of past, present, and future is a useful conceptual technique, but ultimately they must be appropriately balanced and joined. We must understand how the past affects us. We should keep the present full of rich and satisfying experiences, and we should devote some energy each day to building for the future. Just as a river can be said to have parts that cannot be clearly divided, so too should we consider the whole of our lifetime when deciding how to spend our lives. I'm going to invite us just to bring our hands into our heart, back into the Anjali Mudra, to take a breath, to offer yourself gratitude for being here, for connecting, for taking time to give your body some beautiful rejuvenation and your breath a chance to grow. I'm so thankful for each of you for being here, allowing me to guide you. And as always, so grateful to all of the teachers in our lives and the various ways and methods that they show up, the different forms they take. And grateful to the teachers of this lineages for thousands of years who have shared it so that we can have access to these beautiful teachings and ways of living with us now. So thank you so much. So much respect to your soul, to your light, to your being.